Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel Health Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and want to see more. So today's video is on something that is very rare, a managerial change at a rugby league club during a season. So let's find out who it is and why this has all come about. So we had this little rumour going around on social media that there was going to be a change in one of the Super League clubs for the upcoming games, as there has not been too much success in a couple of clubs, and we thought it could be one of two clubs that have not done too well so far. And the main thought was that it would be, and was confirmed to be Leigh Centurions, as John Duffy and Leigh Centurions have parted company, and Gareth Carvel has also left the club too. Head coach Duffy's last game was in charge of their 40 points to 16 loss at Hull KR on Sunday. The club have confirmed that Duffy and head of rugby Carvel are no longer in their positions, and that Kurt Haggerty will take the head coach role on a caretaker basis. Duffy said in a statement said that he was gutted his time was up. Assistant coach a club statement reads: Leigh Centurions can confirm that head coach John Duffy will leave the club with immediate effect by mutual agreement. Assistant coach Kurt Haggerty will take over as the head coaching role in the short term, supported by the rest of the coaching staff while applications for the post on a permanent basis are considered. Leigh Centurions owner Derek Beaumont said, "I would like to thank John for his dedication, commitment and outstanding work ethic he has shown during his time with the club. It has been a really difficult time as he massively cares about the club, the fans and the town of Leigh, and me and my wife personally. He took on the role when the club was at a low point following the circumstances of 2018. He vowed to get me back interested, and he did. He massively overachieved with a small budget, building a group that worked really hard for him, making the playoffs. We built on that the following year and had an unbeaten start to the league campaign, winning 5 from 5, and then narrowly lost in the last game of the season away to Hull KR in the last second in the Challenge Cup. He then endured the remainder of the season unable to operate as a coach. With many of those players leaving and replaced with a team to go strong in the Championship and gain promotion, he saw the opportune moment of promotion bestowed upon the club from its boardroom's application. Something he acknowledged the significant effort that had been made to make that happen." So he alludes to the way that Leigh got into the Super League, as they replaced Toronto Wolfpack, as the Super League saw that they were the more ideal proposition for them to go into the Super League, rather than Toronto or Toulouse, even another French club. That would set too much catapults and pigeons if there was 2 French clubs in the Super League. Toronto's situation is totally different, and you know all the stories about that. But Leigh weren't the top club, but they were picked. What can you do? So, Beaumont continued with his statement. It's quite a long one. John jumped at it with 2 hands, despite knowing that there was no time to recruit differently, and all the other teams had already finished their recruitment. I've seen in detail the meticulous efforts he has made, and it saddens me to have to make these comments. In the end, John wanted the same for me, the best for the club, not himself, and therefore it wasn't a difficult conversation we had. Something needed to change, and we both recognised that. I hope the fans can respect the difficult task John faced, and made a fist of them, and made a fist of for them, and also remember his contribution as a player. He's Lee through and through, and could certainly hold his head high in my box anytime he feels like it. So open invite to Duffy for his attendance as a fan. So lastly on the statement, as a sport we talk mental health, but perhaps we need to look at some of the things we do as a sport and that impact has on some people's mental health. Yes, it's a good statement, but that last comment, but what's it pointing to? Is John Duffy not mentally up to the task? Is that what Beaumont said? And is he talking about himself not being mentally up to the task? Don't know. Anyway. So, a little bit of background about John Duffy. He was appointed by Lee Centurion's head coach in November 2018 after previously coaching appointments at Swinton Lions and Featherstone Rovers, as well as a long spell as the Scotland co-coach alongside Chris Chester. He steered the Centurions into the Betfred Championships in 2019 and oversaw the switch to full-time operations before the 2020 season was terminated due to the pandemic. Before the club's evaluation to the Betfred Super League in December 2020 after a successful bid process. Duffy himself played 202 games for Lee in 3 separate spells between 2001 and 2012, in a notable career which saw him also play for Warrington, Salford, Chorley, Whitehaven and Widnes, as well as representing Scotland at international level. He played a key role as a member of the Lee side that won promotion to the Super League in 2004 and also starred in Lee's National League Cup final, being on both winning teams in 2004 and 2011. So Duffy himself came out and said, "I'm gutted that my time is up. I had a good chat with Derek and we agreed that something needed to change. We have not got the results we needed and now it's time for someone else to step in and hopefully get the first win and then some more. It's a tough one for me as I love the club and the fans, but I've realised there have to be changes and that's the way it goes. I started my coaching job at Lee with nothing and we got to the Super League. Not on merit though." That's my comment on that, and I won't make any more comments. I always knew it was going to be a tough challenge, and I wish the players all the best for the season. The fans have been great for me. I know they weren't allowed to be inside the ground for a while, but when they can, they followed us around everywhere. I'd like to thank Derek Beaumont, Mike Latham for all the help and support they have given me, and everyone who has helped me over the last few years. There are not many who can say that they have coached a club they love, and I'm grateful I was given this opportunity. So on Gareth Carvel, Beaumont said, "I'd like to thank Gareth for his contributions to the club. It has been a really difficult time for us as we battle to find our feet in the Super League and come to terms with the decision regarding the academy. Gareth worked hard on that and had a good vision for building for the future. Something we have been denied for the foreseeable future though. The personal pressure on his family life and with the travelling and the additional pressure that creates saw us reach an amicable agreement for him to part company with the club. I hope he remains within the game of rugby league as he certainly has a value to add to it, and I wish him all the well for the future." So, They go on to a couple of lead players being targeted by Wigan Warriors in some press, but that's about it for the statement. I think Lee will still be in the bottom three come the end of it, unfortunately, because one, there are more established clubs. Two, they weren't the best club in the Championship when before the pandemic, or even during, with the teams that the players that other teams signed. Excuse me. So that's why they were in my bottom three predictions in a previous video. It is a rare thing that a coach gets parts ways with the club that they're coaching before the end of the season, as it's usually they're given the full season to prove themselves. If they're not good enough, then they'll part ways at the end of the season. I don't know who Lee have got in mind for taking over the position, as there are not many people that would take the position up short term, as it is a project with every single club. If they just stay up this year, then with the next coach, say, they might go on to that person might get next season. But there's a lot that needs to go into Lee, and I think at this time they might get a couple of wins, but nothing too much, I'm afraid. They are one step lower than the Super League standard. That's my opinion. Anyway, that's my report. Thank you guys, and thank you very much for watching, and I do appreciate every watch and view that you guys have. That's it for this video. Please remember to like and subscribe. Also remember to share the video worldwide, as we can get to 100 subscribers. We will then be able to give out these t-shirts. 10 of you lucky people will be able to get Hell Dominus t-shirts. Just waiting for you to subscribe. Anyway, I'll say thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.